Now for this hour, we start with the breaking news coming in from U.S. A federal judge in California has struck down a key decision backing the Trump administration's hardline immigration policy. U.S. District Judge Sunshine Saikis has vacated a ruling by the Board of Immigration Appeals that had allowed thousands of arrested migrants to be held in mandatory detention without the possibility of release on bond. The judge ruled that the administration failed to comply with an earlier court order that had already declared the policy unlawful. The decision was issued from a federal court in Riverside and deals a significant blow to the immigration crackdown pursued under President Donald Trump. The ruling reaffirms that detainees must be given a fair chance to seek release, including the option of a bond hearing. We have another breaking news coming in from Venezuela. A high-profile U.S. military delegation made a surprise visit to Venezuela this week for security talks, U.S. officials have said. While Marine General Francis Donovan, head of U.S. Southern Command, accompanied a senior Pentagon official to Caracas for a meeting with Venezuela's interim president Delcy Rodriguez, Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino, and Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello to discuss collaboration on drug trafficking, terrorism, and migration. U.S. and Venezuelan leaders said both sides will work together on security issues and regional challenges, even as Maduro's removal remains controversial. The diplomatic push also comes as other U.S. officials, including the Energy Secretary, have visited Caracas recently to advance strategic engagement in Venezuela. Now we welcome Mr. Adrian Calamel. He's a terrorism scholar, joins us live from New York. Thank you very much, Mr. Calamel, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now looking at this, how is Delcy Rodriguez dealing with U.S. while she knows what has happened to her, not president, but Maduro?
Yeah, good morning, Asuma. Great to see you, as always. It's an interesting situation. She's got to tread lightly. There's reports out of Venezuela that there's still dissidents being tracked down, people that oppose the Maduro regime, which is passed on to the Rodriguez regime or presidency now in this case. So she's kind of walking, a bit of a fine line here. One of the big things that I think probably was talked about was the security environment and cooperation, and I think that's one of the big takeaways is that they're looking at that, and that means regional security cooperation. The other thing is the countering of drug trafficking, terrorism, and migration. They're really worried about the terrorism aspect in Latin America, and in Venezuela specifically because of the Hezbollah presence. And I'll also mention, lastly, that there was an individual as well that went down with General Francis Donovan, and that was Joseph Heumeyer. And Joseph Heumeyer is the Undersecretary for Homeland Security related to the Americas, I believe. And I don't think there's a better expert in the world to really dive into the influence of Hezbollah and the IRGC, the Islamic Republic, at a time when we're looking at possible strikes on the other side of the world and what that could mean to our embassy. So I think that was discussed as well, enhanced security around our embassies in case Tehran decides to go to the playbook of asymmetric hitting embassies, which has been a practice in the past.
Yes, and now looking at Venezuela, Mr. Calamel, as it seems like in Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez government is gaining some legitimacy and momentum. How do you think she should balance her foreign policy with U.S. while protecting sovereign interest of Venezuela?
Yeah, well, I think the best interest for Venezuela is for their oil to be sold on the open market and for those proceeds to go back into the country. I don't think the system that she has inherited is a good system. I think she is part of that system. And that's just me speaking from that perspective. What's best for Venezuela? I don't think she's the answer. From her perspective, I think she's probably looking at this saying, you know, I got to play nice for 3 years and then we'll see what happens. Or maybe even just another year till midterm elections and then we'll see what happens because what we usually have is a swing in the House or in the House or Senate, and that will limit and curb Trump's abilities. So I think she's kind of playing the you know, I wouldn't say long game because it's not really a long game. Our cycles aren't that long.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Calamo, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we come back to you for a later discussion. Now we have another breaking news coming in from US. The United States